Okay, so we are back. We will not be playing multiplayer for the rest of the stream. So I'm still gonna play. I'm gonna stop when I need to, because the game is very, very unreliable. And so, sorry about that. We will wait a couple minutes, see if we can get some people back in here who were in here, and that sucked. Oh, I just dropped stream. Okay, let's reshare this shit out there. Man, that was sucky. Okay. Oh well. What can you do?
Oh my god, since your shit came off, now you're on now.
All right. Well, I see that Will's back in chat. That's good.
So was I.
Okay.
God, I want to see these China Hero projects. I'm sorry, I'm very excited.
I can tell.
I actually forgot about that today.
I love them. We won't probably get to see it till tomorrow, so because they're
That's
showing it to them live, and then they'll probably put the videos up on PlayStation
I
Network
mean, I'd
tomorrow
rather see
morning.
it that way anyway, so we're not
Me
like,
too.
trying to dig through
I don't
just
want to see some videotape through a thing fucking halfway across the world.
yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and hop back into the topics. So, uh, Quantum Air is shipping the game, and it
Great.
is
Hold on, I can't
basically
move.
it's coming to PC,
I can't
Xbox,
move. You gotta get back to me.
PlayStation, all of it. It's not an exclusive title. It's not meant to be an exclusive title. It was announced as exclusive, but then it that kind of went away. So basically, the dev team said, "Hey, listen, we can't do this. Like, it's not going to work on the Xbox right now. It will work. Chill your britches. It's gonna work, but it's not going to work day one. It's not going to work right now." Because there's some things that we have to do, some different challenges, and oh my God, you would have thought that the dev team had said that the Xbox was a big heaping pile of crap and it
Which
sucked
it
and
is.
wasn't good for gaming. It's not good for anything. It's just a piece of junk. It's a piece of crap. It's awful. Like it's so up in arms about a video game development team saying, "Hey, you know what? Here's what the problem is. It's coming out. It's not exclusive. We really want Xbox players to enjoy it also. Y'all's hardware has made it a little bit more difficult and presented different types of challenges. And so, because of that, it's going to have to come out a little later." Like, and they're
Now they're death
pissed.
threatening them.
Yeah, they're so mad and angry. And I don't know why. Like, you make up
We know why.
lies. You make up lies about the SSDs and other systems. Then when a dev team gives you a fact about your system, all of a sudden it's a
We've
problem
had many examples. I mean, really.
Yes.
and this dev team sucks. Does that mean Larian sucks too? Like, come on. You have two
Well,
studios on
Redfall
opposite
absolutely sucks
sides.
because they can't even make a first-person shooter 60 frames, which has been going on in many 60 frames last generation.
Yes.
Dude, let's be honest, some shooters last generation were reaching 120.
Yeah.
Not on console.
No, 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 not on
On the
console,
new
but on
on the new ones,
PC.
yeah, on the new systems.
I mean, on the PC.
Oh yeah, but on console you can a lot of last gen games. Some of the shooters can reach 120 on PS5
I know.
Yep.
and Series X and
Yeah.
S. That's
I
they just
know.
suck at developing.
You just suck at But and that's my thing. They went so quickly for the throat. And I'm like, guys, chill. He didn't say anything wrong. The guys didn't say anything negative. Just it's going to take a little longer. They didn't come out and blast your system for not being powerful enough to do split screen co-op. That was Larian that did that.
You know, I
Like,
think what really got them was when they said that the SSD on the PS5. But this goes back to what Cerny, you know, let's go back to the SSD thing real quick because one of the big takeaways from my Cerny's speech was when he said that every year they go out to the developer and ask them what it is they need for them to make games. And the number one request I think he said was memory, and they took that to heart. That's why these developers, all the way from the individual developer working out of their basement to AAA, it's easier for them to create games on PlayStation and Nintendo because these consoles were made for them to do so. I have never heard of anybody, Booty, I mean anybody in Xbox making a trip to the top 50 developers in the world and asking them, what can we do to help you? Even for the creation of the very first Xbox. I mean, people forget that the only reason they gave the green light, Bill Gates gave the green light for the Xbox, was because they had the intention of the software. They wanted to include Microsoft Windows Office and Windows part of the Xbox. They wanted to compete with Sony at the time and with everybody else to have Windows operating system in every single home on every single TV. It was never about gaming for them. It was all about selling you a freaking product so they can maximize profits like most companies do, except they're just doing a sleazy way. So when anybody calls them out on that, people get defensive because they know they are wrong. And Kill Team Media, who is
Well, you
developing,
just feel stupid if you bought an Xbox and believed all this
well,
shit, and it
yes,
keeps. It's like getting someone shitting in your face 50 times, you know. But it's like you don't want to look a fool because someone's pissing in your face, you
yeah,
know.
keep getting let down. And look, they spoke the truth. They ain't the first one. Baldur's Gate just happened, a couple weeks ago, and people went crazy on that too. So it's not that. And look, it's real simple. All the Xbox team has to do is actually create a console that's focused around gaming instead of everything else. On the PlayStation and
you
Nintendo,
shut your filthy mouth.
on
You know
PlayStation and Nintendo,
they've been doing it since the Connect.
yes, and also people act like Xbox is so far behind. No, they're 7, 8 years behind PlayStation. Come on, guys.
Like 6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not
In
like they're
America, they're less than that. They're 5.
they're five. Absolutely. No, they have nobody to blame but themselves, but they love projection. They love projecting their inadequacies on others when others are the ones that are doing correct. Look, man, PlayStation laid out the playbook for everybody. They're the most successful, and Nintendo, they're the most successful. There is nothing wrong with taking a look at what they're doing and copying them. I mean, the best copy. That's just a fact. We
I call
borrow.
PlayStation the king of the hardware and Nintendo the king of the handheld. Because almost all their handhelds have sold over 100 million, and same with PlayStation and the console, except PS3. So,
Yes.
And I'm
Yeah.
sorry to go on a rant there, guys, but it's just so frustrating hearing these kids complain about. I think they're a double A company or a double A development studio. Complaining about a double A team saying that hey, the game's going to be a little bit late because the software or the hardware is slightly better on PlayStation or whatever PC.
I don't even know. Here's the problem. I don't even know if it's better. And yes, RP, my stream crashed. That's why I'm solo playing right now. Because the game crashed and it killed my stream with the game, which sucked. But hey, you found me again, so we're all here. But and I just lost my train of thought. Damn it, I always do that. Um, shoot, PlayStation SSD, people being upset, the marketing, blah. Oh, that's what it is. The power. I don't think it's that one system is necessarily powerful or more powerful or needs to be more powerful or is weaker. I think that one is faster, and that's what matters. Delivering the information as fast as you can, making it streamlined, making it work, making
there's
everything
less
come
travel
together.
time, travel speed, all that stuff.
Right, right, right. That's why read and write speeds were so big. That's why they went with the NVMe 2.0.
Even their
Because
bandwidth is direct. It's in a straight line. It's not wide like the
right,
Xbox.
and so it's streamlined. It literally could have been called the PS5 Streamline. Like that's what. Just wear it on your sleeve, call it the Streamline, and let's be done. That's fine. But like, it's so crazy to me that you want to sit there and bullshit your way through a commentary on Ratchet and Clank running on a PS5 versus running on a PC versus an SSD and an HDD. But when somebody says something factual about your system, you're like, "Nah, man, you're stupid. That's ridiculous. You're not getting purchased on Xbox now. Don't even release the game. Blah blah blah." Like,
They were never buying it anyways.
no shit. Like, they weren't. That we can see the level of hype that's coming from the Xbox community about video games when we look, and this is going to
There isn't
springboard us
any.
into the new topic. When we look at what's going on with Starfield right now, Starfield is silent as shit, and it
Yep.
releases in 5 weeks, and it is silent.
Oh my god, I'm getting
Nothing.
disappointed.
But
No,
you know what?
Thrifty, and that's also, and remember whenever PlayStation has even the smallest controversy, everybody talks about it. Everybody. Whenever something happens, look at Redfall. That died out what within a week, 2 weeks. So it's we can't take these people serious, man. They have no real complaints. They just like to bitch and moan because they can't do what the others do. And they're just haters. I mean, it's being real.
There's
They're
just
just haters. That's what you call them. They're haters.
yeah. I mean, but why? Why hate on
Dumb.
other on factual statements just because it took away your love for your box? Like I still don't get it. Like it still doesn't make sense to me.
And I want to make something very clear. Some of y'all might be hearing me be like, "Oh, this freaking pony. Oh man, fuck this guy." But the reason I'm going so hard against Xbox is because I need them to do better. As a gamer, I need them to do the very best they can. Because if they're able to do the very best they can, that's going to push PlayStation, Nintendo, and any other company that starts up
Yeah,
in
and
gaming
I
to
can
do
buy
their
an
very
Xbox at
best.
that point too.
Exactly.
Because I
I
want to
mean,
buy an Xbox, but I can't get burned again. I looked like an idiot last time.
I told Nelson last night that I was playing. I just got my very first Xbox ever, or I got my son for Christmas a Series S for the first time ever Xbox. So the first games that I played was Gears of War. I played all of them, loved them. Then I played Halo, except for Infinite, which I didn't finish, but I beat every single one of them, and I was in awe when I got done playing those games. I was completely shocked. And I started looking at my PlayStation. I'm like, how come you guys don't have something like this, shooters like this? And then I realized, well, that's all Xbox has, and that's all they've been had. I mean, what else do they have? I was scrolling through Game Pass and I couldn't find anything else that I couldn't play on my PS5. So then I'm looking at the Xbox and I'm like, well, what? Why do I even have this anymore? And I forget, oh, it's not yours, it's your kid. So my kid plays Minecraft and whatever, kid game he plays on there, but they're not satisfying the customer base and Phil saying that consoles will not be relevant in whatever he said, 5 or 10 years. How
That's because they're
how
not relevant
ignorant.
now.
No,
Exactly.
and they think Starfield's going to save them, but something is off about that game, guys. I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you now. Something they went silent.
They've been
Something
hiding it.
is wrong.
They're hiding it. They do this all the time. Whenever they hide a game like that, like when I seen Halo, if you notice, did you ever watch the Halo trailer? It's like this is all cut up CGI. They're not showing the game.
Yeah.
They're showing, you know what I mean? Padded movie cut type cutscenes, but they're not showing in-game gameplay. That's when I knew something was wrong.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. Because
And
if y'all remember, right before Forspoken came out, they did the demo, but then you didn't hear a single thing after that. You didn't hear nothing.
And
And
guys, we're talking about games, the amount of games that are being produced by each company, but also let's not forget the quality of those games. I mean, PlayStation 5 has 34K. They got 40, frames. You have three or four different options on every single first party, while these guys can't even get a legit 30 frames per second game. Like it's embarrassing at this point. And anybody who defends that crap, I just cannot take serious at all.
yeah, it is really it's indefensible, but it's it's the level of, and I don't want to say that all Xbox fans have. I'm seriously not trying to say that Xbox fans are stupid with this statement,
No,
okay?
no, no.
But it is seriously interesting to me that you can have a group of PlayStation so-called either self-professed or attributed fanboys look at something and go from the PlayStation, yeah, that was dog shit. That was stupid. Why'd you do that? That was
Like the
dumb.
Q-Light?
No, like Last of
No,
Us
that's for
Part
me.
2 or Last of Us Part 1 on the PC. Like oh shoot, what was the other? They uh not Forspoken. What was the other one that they did? It was last year that was just it was kind of rough. But like these games come out, these decisions are made. Oh, it was the games as a service, the Payday game.
Oh, payday, yeah.
Um, not Payday, Flatliners, not Flatliners, whatever the hell it's called. Uh, the game that nobody gives a rat's ass about.
Destruction All Stars?
No, that's what Josh Ayers just said. Shit.
No.
No, no, it's the one that they showed at the game show. Um, it's one they showed at the showcase.
Fair Games?
Fair Games. Thank you.
Mm.
I can't really make an opinion on it. I haven't seen it. All
We
I know
haven't
is
seen
it's
that
good.
yet.
Oh, I can make an opinion on that right now. That game is dog shit. Might be fun, but it's dog shit. And so, like, but we can sit here and call them out and be objective, and it's, man,
Not just fair games, we basically shit on the whole PlayStation
on
showcase.
the whole
We
showcase.
The
shit
showcase
on
was
them
dog
so
shit.
hard immediately.
Dude, if Helldivers wasn't in
Immediately.
that, I would have gave it a 3.
We held their feet by the fire right away. We didn't wait. We didn't make up with excuses. Some did. Some try to say, "Oh, well, we just gotta wait for the next." No, 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 no. We're
No, no,
talking
no. We
about the here
waited.
right
We
now.
waited.
We waited a year and a half for this, and this is what we get?
And we're not
No, no,
Xbox.
no,
We're not
no.
used to waiting, mother.
Yes, no, and
Mm.
we spent so much. We'll get into that topic a little bit later, especially when it comes to the what's that JRPG that's gonna be on
Sea of
PS
Stars.
Plus Day
We
one?
are
Sea of
going to
Stars.
get there.
Yeah, so we'll get to that, but we buy games, and and that's the other tricky thing is most Xbox players have only invested in the console and their monthly expense for Game Pass, and they're going that hard for that company, protecting it, while most PlayStation gamers are investing real money buying these games day one, the first month, the first year, rebuying the game again on PC if it comes out for that, buying DLCs, and we who have the most invested in our quote unquote plastic box, we're not going to the level that they are going as far as, protecting the faults of our system. How can they do that? How can they sleep at night knowing the bullshit they're spewing in regard to their plastic box? It makes no sense. I have no respect for them. Now, if they came at me with an honest, you know, uh, problem that they had, and they actually had a legit reason, then yes, let's discuss it like grown men and come up with a solution. But the way they go on about it, I can't even respect their opinion because of that. Sorry for going on a rant, Thrifty. It's just
No,
I
you're
get
good. Hey,
excited, man.
don't apologize for giving a point on a topic. That's what we're here for. So yeah, it's it definitely that's the big thing that bothers me though. That really is. It's the you lose credibility with me when you can't look objectively at something just because you can't get past yourself and your own personal preferences and bents. I have the same problem when I talk to folks about, like religion or I talk to folks about politics or anything. It has everything to do with your consistency in your life. And if you're willing to call out one, you need to be willing to call out the other, no matter what level
Facts.
of loyalty or what level of investment you have. Honestly, if you have a higher level of investment, you should call them out even more because you have now put money into this thing and you expect the company to provide you something for that money.
It
And
wouldn't be so
so,
bad on Xbox's part either, but if they came off a really strong last couple of years of last generation, but it's been dog shit for
A decade, man.
11 years.
right, like complete dog water. And they've had a couple good ones, but it's not the consistency that you get with the PlayStation side of it or even the Nintendo side of it. Nintendo has some weird ass games on it, but when you talk to somebody who plays Nintendo, like they have one of the most diverse game libraries you'll ever
Yes, they
see.
do. And they also
Did you
call out
know, fun
Nintendo's
fact, I'm just
bullshit.
going to put this in. Did you know the Nintendo Switch actually has the largest library of any
I
console
did.
ever made?
Yes.
I did. That's what I was saying. Like, you'll see some indie JRPG made by a studio that doesn't even exist, and like, you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then
Dude,
you'll
there's
see like all the AAAs are on there because of the streaming. Not all of them, but a lot of them are on there because of streaming, or they end up getting them. And so like, it's a huge library, and their gamers play everything. I can't even tout that. I hate shooters, first person that is like, and so, but they also, and I think Will or Nelson, one of y'all said this as I was talking, but they also call Nintendo out on their bullshit.
hmm
They just can't do it as publicly as we can because Nintendo will literally sue you. So
Yes.
like there's
I'm afraid of
there's
Nintendo. They'll take my children
bro
And
as collateral.
and
there's
Thrifty, we have to think as well. Why? Why is that? Why is the game library? I've spoke about this during the
I think
SSD
they have
conversation.
more throwback games.
They do. I can't recollect the guy's name, man. I wish I did at this very moment, but
Not
I was
only
what?
indies, think about Nintendo as a platform. Most people that have a Nintendo platform either have a PC, a PlayStation, or an Xbox, probably in
Or
that
both.
order.
Yes. But
But
he's
you're gonna buy two things on Nintendo for the most part. You're gonna buy first party games first and
yeah.
foremost because it's not your primary platform usually, normally for almost anyone. So you're gonna buy first party. You're gonna buy indies because they're not very demanding and they're great to play on the go. And you're gonna buy games that you like when they're very very heavily discounted.
yes, which never
For
happens on the
Never
for like
Switch.
happens.
no, I'm not talking about first party, but you can get like Devil May
Yeah.
Cry throwbacks and stuff for like $10
Yeah.
for the collection. That's the type of stuff I buy for my kids is
hmm
throwback games for 5 or 10 bucks.
And it's that thing right there. Also, they've never really screwed over their fan base, and when they have, they've course corrected really fast.
I
Yeah,
don't
as
know.
best as
Probably
they can.
Labo.
Well, listen, I said they've course corrected really fast when they have. I'm not saying they've never messed up. No company bats 1,000. But when they have, look at the Wii U. It lasted for like a few years, and they were like, "Yeah, that's gone. Sorry, we messed up. Play this new thing. We'll take all the great Wii U games and bring it over here first year,
That's actually why
second
the
year."
Switch is so good. Is half of the library of the Wii U pushes up the Switch.
Yeah, the Wii U didn't have bad games. It had terrible execution and delivery. It was like that. But anyways, this is not a Nintendo stream, and it will not go there.
No.
Um, so that's my most frustrating thing, and I'm not going to beat this horse anymore because fact is Starfield's gone silent. That makes me nervous as shit. The second thing, and it makes me nervous because I do want Xbox players to actually have something to talk about more than just trailers and showcases and the stuff that's coming in the next
Got the
15
most
years
important
and the
acquisitions.
ABK deal and the acquisitions. Like, talk about games. Talk. You
Yeah.
go look at my last month since Final Fantasy came out, and you will notice a trend. It's about 1 to 5 ratio on my tweets right now of gaming stuff, as in video games playing Final Fantasy, and versus ABK or anything Xbox related. And it's because I'm playing games. I get games. PlayStation Plus Extra gave me a hell of a game this month to play, and they gave several that I want to try, but this one definitely has my attention because it is freaking amazing. And I got that, and guess what? They did what smart companies do and put this game in PlayStation Plus Extra and put it on sale for $8.99 for the original, just the regular base version, and $14.99 for the full
The deluxe
edition,
with the DLC.
deluxe with yeah, deluxe DLC. It comes with a pack, a gun, something like that, and other stuff. But like, I'm going to buy that before this sale is up because I love this game, and if it has only a 2 or 3 month cycle on PlayStation Plus, I won't be able to play it anymore, and I want my damn game because it's fun.
That's
But
another thing that PlayStation has been. I mean, it may be a good or bad thing, but one thing that PlayStation's been doing with PS Plus is the cycle of the games. They don't
yes,
leave them on there forever like Game Pass generally does. So what that does is creates urgency. Now I'm speaking on a business side of things, but they create urgency. So now if you're a developer who's looking to put your game in the service, and you're saying, well, if I put my game on Game Pass, it can be there for a year or 2 years. Am I going to get any sales out of that? Versus PS Plus, where I know it'll be there for just a couple months, which is plenty of time for somebody to beat a game. And
yeah,
will people buy it afterwards? I mean, that's how I got into the Extend, actually. I checked it out on Game Pass first last year. I liked it. I waited for a sale. I bought the Cyber Edition on at Target, which comes with a DLC, a nice little package for $30. And then this game drops on PS Plus. So what am I doing? I'm playing it on PS Plus, and I'm just gonna leave my Cyber Edition packed up and just keep it part of my collection. PlayStation did that for me.
that's awesome. So that's kind of what I do is I'll if I buy a game digital, I'll wait till the physical goes on sale for like, that $20 sweet spot that they usually get down to after a few years, and then I'll pick it up physical because I do like physical media, but I also like the convenience of not having to change out a disc because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
And so, but I just, I think that, and this is taking us into our next topic, which is PlayStation Plus Essential, the lineup for next month, kind of what we see in it. And let's be honest, guys, they hit a home run and struck out in the same fucking month. Like,
Yes.
PlayStation Plus Essential is giving us Tiger Woods. Not Tiger Woods, sorry. They don't call it that anymore since he like cheated on his wife and did other things. But they called it. It's a PGA Tour game. It's a golfing game. Which fine, whatever. I'm not the sports market, but I know that there are more sports players on PlayStation than there are
Anything
RPG
else?
players. Yes, so I get it. I understand. It's horse crap, but it's just something we deal
I'll
with.
probably play it at some point, but to be honest, I prefer Everybody's Golf, which is a former PlayStation studio, Japan studio. I like Everybody's Golf. The
Oh,
more
okay.
cartoony type.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You remember Hot Shots? That's the new version of Hot Shots.
Isn't that part of premium or
Yeah.
Hot
okay?
Shots is, yeah.
Well, Hot Shots is, but you can play Everybody's Golf too.
Oh, cool. So it's one of those things that I'm super appreciative of PlayStation Plus. I like it. I've had Essential for God as long as it's been around, and uh, we're not getting good games this month. We're just not. We're getting Dreams, which is from a canceled studio. They're not adding any more content, so
It's not
boo.
canceled. They're just moving on to something else. The servers are still up too. They're being ran by someone else though.
Yes, and so they're no longer giving it updates or anything like that. Okay, so now you're finally putting that game on here, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, you could have put it on before and maybe
They
drummed
should
up.
have put it on a
Anyways,
while ago, but
yeah, it should have been on a year
a
after
year,
release.
yeah.
And
I
then,
enjoy Dreams though. There's a lot of good stuff that you can play on there. There's too much on there to be honest to cycle through and find out what you want. It's like being on a Game Pass. Go on. That's all I had.
Yeah, no, I think PlayStation Plus is a great value, man. Especially when I catch those sales. I mean, I just extended another year on PS Plus for
So did I for
80
$90
bucks.
for
Yeah,
premium for
90
90
bucks.
bucks.
Exactly. And I mean, we get the 3 free games every month, which are quality games. I mean, look at the lineup this month with
Even Death's
Doors.
Door. Nobody's talking about Death's Door, but
Oh,
that's
that's
like an
such a
89
good
on
game.
Metacritic. It's a
And
very hard game, but it's very, very good.
and I don't know if you remember when Death's Door came out on Game Pass, the
It didn't
Xbox
come out on
players.
Game Pass. It was Xbox exclusive, but it did not come on Game Pass.
You're right, my bad. But yeah, they were praising that game like if it was, freaking
Second
99
coming
game
Jesus.
of the decade. But that's what Xbox players do every
But
time
none of
there's a
them
game.
played it because it wasn't on Game Pass.
Of course, none of them. I mean, if you look at the completion
It was a
percentage,
$20 game.
dude, you're preaching to the choir. These guys just
I
like,
bought it.
I bought it too. I have it digitally and I bought it physically. On sale, Best Buy for $10 2 months ago. But that's a great pickup for the PS Plus. What was the third game? Oh, Dreams. But all great games. You're definitely getting your money's worth out of PS Plus, where the only reason I have Game Pass is just waiting on Starfield. After that, if I like the game, I'll buy it. If not, I'm gonna cancel it because what's next? What's after that? And we also forget that uh, PlayStation has kept Xbox promise of releasing a AAA game every quarter for the year. We had Final Fantasy drop last month. We got Spider-Man coming in October, and we also have Final Fantasy Rebirth coming out winter.
Early next year, and we got Helldivers coming too.
Helldivers coming too. So we are doing an average of more than one game per quarter if we do the math.
Yeah, because we had Forspoken too. Even though it
Yes,
wasn't a huge hit, it's still a AAA
it's,
game.
it's still a AAA game. And I mean, people went hard on it because, of course, there was some mistakes that happened, and they just jumped on it. They try to shit on it just to shit on Sony.
It's not bad. I'm like 6 or 8 hours into it. I like the game.
Yeah, me as well.
I
I
just
mean,
haven't beat it yet.
it's a
Shit.
little different, a little slow burn, but
It is
you
kind
can
of a
get
slow burn. I don't
it's
have very many
quality.
powers yet.
Yeah, no, I've been able to get a few powers. The main thing I don't like about the game is the traversal. It's not as precise as I would like it to be. So sometimes when you're like standing on an edge or you're trying to come to a full stop, it kind of takes a little bit extra step, and
I'm gonna
it
die.
can mess you up. I don't even know where you're at. Oh,
I'm
well,
downstairs where you should be.
where's Thrifty?
I don't know. Where's Thrifty? Is he live anymore?
Yeah, he's still alive.
He
Hello.
is live. Oh, there he
Hey,
is.
there you are, there, buddy.
Okay, hang on. My headset's messing up. All right, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I was trying to talk the whole time while y'all were talking.
Oh, okay.
I
All
I
right.
literally was trying to talk the entire time. Okay. So, I agree. This has some stuff for some people. The essential titles don't really interest me, but I don't pay for essential. I pay for premium. And this month, because of PlayStation Plus, I get to play Sea of Stars, and I get to play it day one. And I get to enjoy this game and give the developers my money after I enjoy the game because of PlayStation Plus Extra. And
And it's a
so
lot cheaper than Game Pass.
it is a lot cheaper than Game Pass. And so even on the months where the essential tier is like, okay, I see why you did that. You got a sports game, you got an indie title, and you got a little bit of a
The
shooter
indie
style
title
game.
is a very good game though,
Yeah,
and
and
Dreams is
Yeah,
great too.
Mentor,
It should be in everyone's collection to be honest, but
yes, fire game.
I'll okay, sure.
not for
I'll,
everyone though. But
right, and that's the thing. PlayStation
no
is
games for everyone though. I don't
no,
care who
but
you are.
PlayStation Essential doesn't make doesn't pick their games based off of these are games that everybody wants. They pick them off of this month we're going to give the sports players a game, the shooter players a game, and
And the indie player's game.
the indie
Hmm.
players a game. A few months back, they gave us we're going to give the platformer folks a game, we're going to give the RPG guys a game, and we're going to throw another indie in here. Like, that's what they do. But where they have the home run is that with their PlayStation Premium and Extra tiers, those
There's so
do
many
have
games. There was
something
like
for
24
everybody.
total games last month. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, last month was insane.
Like 24 games. It's like, what does Game Pass have? Like 8 or 9, and most of them are games that they look like they pulled them out of the fucking dollar bin. You know?
Right, it's bargain bin gaming. And
Yeah.
that, one of y'all mentioned the price earlier, that it's actually cheaper to be a PlayStation Plus subscriber
Way
than it
cheaper.
is for an Xbox subscriber.
By
So
half, dude.
well, here's the
Not
thing.
even on
If
sale. $90 compared to what is it?
Yeah.
204
Right,
now.
but even if you pay full price for the year like I do, it's the
It's
120 a
half price
year.
basically, just under, or
hundred and
just over.
twenty dollars a year, and I have access to 700 plus. Actually, I think it's up to 800 now, but I have access to 700 plus titles.
Ubisoft
Also,
Plus.
I get trials, which are awesome. I actually bought 2K23 or 2K22 last year because of trials. Like, I played it, did my 3 hour trial, and I was freaking hooked. And I had to buy it. I had to get it, so I waited for it to go on sale, and I bought it. And so the value that you get with the PS
Oh my
Plus
god.
is absolutely insane. And I want to go into Sea of Stars a bit. Nelson, I don't know if you play retro JRPGs or not,
Yeah,
but
my only real platinum is fucking Legend of Dragoon.
oh, that's really funny.
That's my only real platinum.
Mine is God of War Ragnarok, only because the platinum was super easy to get in that game. All you had to do was collect everything, do all the missions, and defeat all the gauntlet at Musselheim or Musselheim or Messelheim or whatever the hell it is. But so I'm very happy with PlayStation Plus. I'm very happy with it giving us Sea of Stars. And somebody in the chat mentioned that uh, they kind of wish that it wouldn't have gone to any subservice, which
Right? I think that game would have done really well, to be honest.
It's still
I,
gonna do well, man.
it's still gonna do well because Steam
But you know
is.
what? You know what they probably were thinking? This is my thoughts on it. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. A lot of people, regardless if you own an Xbox or a PlayStation, have a Switch. That is a game that if you play on Switch at all, you're gonna get it on Switch. It's not a demanding game. It's not a high-paced game.
No,
It's a
and it looks
small.
really cool.
Yeah, I know, but it's perfect for taking on the go. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's just gonna
absolutely.
sell. That's what I'm saying. If I played more Switch, like if I had a job where I traveled on to, I would get it on Switch over PlayStations, just so I could take it with me and play it on the
So
subway or something. You know?
it's games like this and games like Chained Echoes or Trails of oh crud. I just blanked. The first Trails of game that I'm able to play. The first in the Crossbell arc. Anybody help me? Uh Trails.
Trails of Cold Steel,
No, it's the saga before that one. Um
Zaphonia.
no, that's Tales of, not
Oh, that's
Trails.
Tales.
Yeah, Tales and Trails I always get confused. Anyways, I've been playing that, but it's a Trails in the Sky. Josh, it's the one after that. So it's before Cold Steel and it's after Sky. I know I'm not helping. Trails.
See, I'm a Yeez guy. I haven't got into
um,
shit. I'm down.
but like those type of games are so freaking perfect for on-the-go gaming. And those games are why I want a Q Lite. I'm going on a little kind of a cabin getaway with the family this weekend. And at night, when everybody winds down and the whole cabin's asleep, I'm going to put my little Razer controller on my phone and I'm going to remote play my PlayStation and I'm going to play some Trails so I can go ahead and work on that and have some stuff to do when everybody else is asleep. And that is why I want the Q Lite. That's the thing that makes
You're the only
me.
person in the United States that's gonna buy that.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No, there's a
There,
couple
No, it
others.
is.
There's like 5 in total.
There's gonna be like 5 people. You're gonna be one of them. Oh my god.
Josh. In answer to your question, if I take the PS5, I will quite literally only want to play that. And that's
I'm
not
down.
fair to the fan bam. Like that's not that's not fair to my children.
Yeah, no, we gotta touch grass every once in a while,
we,
man.
we really do. Like uh,
Yeah, that's
Trails
why I
from
don't
Zero, by the
even.
way. Trails from
If
Zero.
we go on vacation anywhere, I never bring the PlayStation with because I know my kids will get neglected. I'm just being
Uh,
honest.
but so I mean, that is Sea of Stars is coming out. I have tried everything I can. I promote every single tweet they do on Twitter. I have mentioned it on my channel till I'm blue in the face, and I absolutely 100% cannot wait for that game. Especially since they have the composer who did Chrono Trigger doing this freaking game.
So the
Like,
question, what they're saying is that it's not gonna sell well because it's on PS Plus. That's what they're saying.
correct. That's the speculation, is that because it's on PS Plus, it's going to hurt its sales. They
Well,
got
Yeah,
a
yeah, it
chunk
probably
of
will.
money.
Some.
answer
So,
me this:
It's a
Stray, right?
$25 game too, though.
It is, but Strays as well. So answer me this: Stray had over, I think it was 4 million PlayStation gamers when it released. We cannot quantify how much money that is for the developer, but I'm sure they got a nice check for that. But the first month that game released on Steam, it made over $50 million. And also, we don't know the exact numbers, but Stray was in third. They viewed it at third place in the UK box charts. So no, I do not think that it will hurt the game's sales. And guess what? If it does, theoretically, if it does, then couldn't the same be said for Game Pass and there contradict Phil's whole thing with
no, you can't hurt sales from Game Pass because they don't buy anything anyways. You have to have
that's
sales
why
in
That's
I,
order to
true.
hurt
You
that's
sales.
got a
why I
very
said
good point.
theoretically. That's exactly why I threw that word in there before I said what I said, because we are living in fantasy land when it comes to Xbox players. That's just a fact. But yes, no, over $50 million in the first month with Steam. Third in the UK box sales for PlayStation. No, it's not going to hurt the sales. Why? Because PlayStation fans love to buy their games. And also, I talked about how I bought in freaking Cyberpunk, even though I played it on Game Pass and PS Plus. The cycle in in PS Plus is not very long. So, PlayStation just cracked the code, man. They cracked the matrix. They know how to do business. They know how to satisfy their customers, except for that dog shit showcase that they had a couple months ago. But they just know how to do it right. Same thing goes with Nintendo. Xbox just needs to get their head out of their ass and try to get games like this over to their service, and hopefully that would excite some of their players to maybe invest a couple dollars, $25 to promote and support the developers that are making these badass games that we all love.
Yeah, what killed me is here's a couple things. One, it coming to PlayStation felt like PlayStation responded because Sea of Stars said that it was coming to Game Pass about 2 weeks before they announced the PlayStation One,
Hmm.
uh, or for PS Plus, and so like it felt like Sony was like, wait, this is like right up our alley. This is our game. This is what our players will absolutely fall in love with. Let's yeah, we need to get this on ours as well. And so I honestly think it was more of a response
I think a lot
than
of it was because Nintendo has the promotion for that too, and they don't. They probably didn't put it in the contract that since they're promoting it, they don't really have a day and date service or even really a service that's not just really old throwback games. That was not put into their contract, so they could go do it with whoever they wanted.
And go do it with whoever they wanted. Sassy.
pause.
No, you know what I'm saying though. Like if
Yeah,
a
yeah.
game goes to PlayStation Plus day and date or whatever, or it's exclusive for whatever, or they got marketing with PlayStation, it does not go to Game Pass, and vice versa on PlayStation.
Yes.
Like the Ascent, for example, went day and date. We had to wait what was it, 9 months before it came to the platform. Death's Door, that was an exclusive.
Wouldn't it be similar to High on Life as well?
High on Life, there you go. We had to wait 6 months for that. So
Man, we
yeah,
heard
you
nothing
get
from
it, but
PlayStation.
it's in their contracts as well. If it goes in,
Mhm.
they're exclusive. It's not
And
going to go on
nobody
the
gave a
PlayStation
shit
Plus for
about
at least
High
a
on
year.
Nobody.
Life.
Dude, some
I
dude
beat
tried
it.
to.
It
You
No,
wasn't
bought
that
it?
good.
no, no, no.
Oh, Game Pass.
I mean on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
no,
cares.
dude. People were saying that when we brought that up, how it's probably not gonna sell well because PlayStation didn't say anything about it, and the Xbox fanboys were saying, why does PlayStation have to say anything, or why would they say anything? I'm like, dude, have you
Yeah, it was a
noticed
game. It
PlayStation's
was a,
channel?
it was an Xbox promoted
Exactly.
game.
But PlayStation advertises almost every single game, even if it's just a 30-second trailer on their YouTube page, they put it up there.
They're not going to promote your game when you did a deal with
Yeah,
your
of course.
competitor. I mean, that's just how it works.
Right. And it's like when folks were getting bent out of shape. What do you mean they're not going to give them PS6 specs before it launches? Yeah, you now
What?
work for the competitor, dipshit. Like,
Hmm.
why, why would we do that? And we have talked about. Josh has beat me to it, but we have talked about it before on this channel that PlayStation's marketing is absolute fucking
Top
genius.
notch.
Like, they know when to blitz, they know when not to blitz, and it's
Oh
these.
my God, are
It's
you?
it's like poetry in
Never
motion
mind.
watching them do shit.
Dude, I
Like,
messed up. I went through all that stuff and
Oh
but
man, yeah, that's why.
did I drop again?
no, no, that was us playing over
I
here.
was trying to rescue him, and I
Oh.
was going through a fucking minefield, basically.
Dude, PlayStation is so good at marketing that
It's
Saturday
nuts.
for work I flew out to a meeting in DC and I literally brought up PlayStation marketing to give our company ideas on how to do it. And the CEO looks at me, he's like, dude, these are awesome ideas. Immediately calls the vice president. Of course, we're not doing things at their level, but just a couple things that really stood out to them. And I'm like, yeah, you keep saying video games are for kids, man. This is the type of marketing they're doing. They're ahead of the game, man. A lot of people don't realize
Yeah.
not just other video game companies, but business in general. I mean, we forget PlayStation is worth
Dude, they had
a
me
couple
having an
of billion
erection
dollars.
for a game that had a rabbit in a mech
Yes,
suit.
It's such a
yes,
good game. And a
yes,
talking
it's such
bear.
a
It
good
is
game.
it
Please
is
don't
great,
forget the
but it
bear.
Yes, the talking bear.
I love the bear. But um so yeah, that's their marketing is second to none because think about how they did with Hogwarts. Like holy shit.
Yes,
There were people who didn't even know that it was coming to Xbox.
no.
Like they
I
thought
bought
they
it and I don't
needed
even
a
I don't even
PS.
I don't even like Harry Potter.
It was such a good game. It was
I haven't
so
finished it
fun.
yet, and the reason I haven't finished it yet is because I had an error on it where I was glitching and shit, so I had to start over. But I was 45
Oh.
hours into it. I was pretty upset.
Oh man, you were close to the end. It's,
I was doing all
um
the side stuff, so not really. I was level 34
oh
though, I think.
no man, I couldn't. I had to stop. That game does get kind of bloated in the side content. Um, Speaking of games being bloated and side content and RPGs, I'm going to take this chance to say thank you for the folks who are here. Please go ahead and hit that like button, share this out on August 6th. That is a Sunday at 8 p.m. We will be doing a heavy spoiler night, kind of a cap off to the Final Fantasy 16 game, discussing likes, dislikes. I got about 6 people who are. Two that are on the fence, four that are guaranteed to come, and uh, really going to be excited to talk about this game. I wanted to get the community together to be able to kind of speak on it and just talk about it, talk about the beauty that is the game, the shortcomings, and so that's happening on August 6th. I can't wait for that. Everybody who is going to be playing or going to be talking has beat the game. That's the only requirement I had for coming on. They could have thought the game was absolute dog water, and that's fine. Because I want those opinions too to see kind of where we all meet up and where our commonalities are. But that's coming up. Thanks again for coming in tonight. We are still have about half the show left, and
Thrifty, I'm
uh,
gonna give him a sneak peek on Final
no, no,
Fantasy.
no, no, no,
I
no.
enjoyed the side missions.
I
Okay,
did
yeah.
too,
No,
That
eventually.
no, no, no,
that's
no,
how I was gonna get
Okay.
there. Just
no,
to give
no.
you that.
because I could
The
go on
first ones,
that.
I was like, man, you gotta be shitting me.
Hero, I appreciate you coming on, man. Everybody gets busy sometimes. So let's talk a little bit about subservices in general. So here's an article. I can't put it up here because I don't have $900 to buy a streaming PC. But is here's an article that basically talked about how Netflix is like, I don't know if y'all heard, but they lost a crap ton of money
Yep.
over the past few days. And they've been losing money, and streaming services as a whole have been way down this year. So much so that Disney is looking to like possibly sell off some of their properties, like or sell the company as a whole. Like this is, excuse me, the game on the screen, Ryan, is called The Ascent. It's on PlayStation Extra, or it's on sale right now through the PlayStation Network. $8.99 for the base game, $15.99 for the Cyber Edition.
The DLC is really good. I played through it just to give you a heads up. It's
Yeah,
really good.
Nelson, Will, and I have been playing this game every night this
I'm almost
week.
at 100 hours total into this game.
And so it's really awesome. But like so this is happening in the, you know, media TV movie market where subservices are starting to fall. Now, ones that didn't kind of overreach or overextend, like a Paramount Plus, they're doing okay. Because they have different things that they offer. Like you get live access to CBS and all the sports that play on there. You get, I think you get BET, Paramount, MTV, Comedy Central, and something. So you have a ton of content on Paramount Plus and a great back catalog. And it's like $6 a month. So like they didn't overextend themselves.
That's what I
And
prefer is the back catalog because it's so much cheaper and eventually stuff comes. And if I didn't
right.
want to go see it in movie theater, it's like, well, now I can watch it. You weren't gonna get my money anyways.
And
But when stuff comes to a service right off the rip, like I'm not gonna go to the movie theater when in 3 weeks it's gonna be on a fucking service I already pay for. Like you're not
right.
gonna
So
get me
you look
twice.
at this and Indiana Jones freaking failed. The Flash failed. The Ant-Man and the Wasp failed. Three massive budget tentpole games failed. And it's because a couple reasons. One, nobody knows how to tell a compelling story anymore unless it's in the video game genre.
Yes.
And two, everything goes to these subservices. So my question is this something that's going to eventually come to the gaming area? And not just PlayStation, but just like
They're gonna have to
gaming
make
as
less
a
games.
whole.
Yes. If it keeps going the way it is, yes. I mean, it comes down to basic, simple things, man. Make games that people want to play. Make movies that people want to watch. Make TV shows that people want to watch. When I was a kid, a TV show would have 23 episodes in season one. You know, their schedule was from fall to early spring. They would take the summer break and then continue again. And they would do that for 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, 20 seasons. But it was quality TV. You had full-time employees writing these shows. They got paid well. The problem with this happening, especially with Netflix and the writers, them, not wanting striking, is that they are trying to, like I mentioned, they used
They're
to
trying
do
to
the
double
writing.
dip
They'll double
immediately.
dip immediately, yes. And on top of that, the product they're putting out is shit, just like how Game Pass does with their service. Now, PlayStation could also fall into that if they follow the Game Pass way of doing things, which is putting subpar games. I much rather play two great quality games with a great story, great mechanics, than play 10 of them that are shit. So I think that if
Yeah, there's
they
always a
go that
back
route,
catalog. I'd rather play something
yes,
5 years old that I
exactly.
missed out on.
So that's my biggest concern is that if services go the way they are, Ubisoft Connect is blah or Uplay or whatever it's called. EA Play, you
EA Play's
have
not so bad because they make you wait like 9 months, but
Well, no, no, no. You have PlayStation, you have Nintendo Switch Online, and you have Xbox Game Pass. And then you have. Does Steam Deck have anything, or is there like a sub-service to that?
No, Epic gives you free games if you buy shit on the, or you don't even have to buy shit in the store. They just give you free games. But
Okay, cool. So you have six sub-services within the gaming area or gaming marketplace right now. And so it's it gets to the point where guys, you got to watch other outlets and you got to look at other trends in business when you're trying to do something that is already being done elsewhere. And when companies like that lose $20 billion in market cap, that should give you cause for concern to go, wait a second. Maybe we shouldn't keep dumping everything into these services. Maybe we shouldn't keep trying to make these services a focus of our system.
down, I'm down.
Like, that's just common sense practice. So, how long, let me ask you this, how long do you think we have until the bubble burst on gaming subscriptions? I think we need to have at least two more subscription services for gaming, uh, from like a
I
Square
think
Enix maybe, or a
I think the bubble's
oh,
kind of already burst
Yeah.
because
you think so?
PlayStation's all older games is very very different because putting in an indie now and then isn't really that big of a deal. But when people expect things to be going into your service, they're not gonna buy anything. It's kind of
Ye-
like take Max for example. Max makes quite a bit of money, but I don't go watch Warner Bros. Movies anymore because I know with me and my wife's schedule, it usually takes 2 or 3 weeks before. Well, not right now. I'm pretty free, but normally, normally it takes us 2 or 3 weeks before we can even get to a movie
You ain't
together,
got no
right?
job. You got.
Not till Monday.
I know. I know.
Yeah, but normally it takes like 2 or 3 weeks for us to get an open day where we're both home.
I get
So
that.
by the time we get to go to a movie, like we went to Batman, for example, and it had been out 3 weeks. A week later, it went on fucking Max, HBO Max, and we had HBO Max, and I was like, guess what? We're not going to the next one. We're
Damn it.
not.
And also, guys, cost plays a big factor into this as well. I mean, just going back to Game Pass, how much is it now? 200 and some dollars
$240 a year
a year? To
for
go to the
Game Pass
movies.
Ultimate.
Yes, I went to go see Spider-Man with my son, and just for me and him with popcorn and a couple snacks, I mean, it was, 60, $70. So now people are not just trying to save a little bit of money, but they're trying to spend their money where they think the value is at. So honestly, I think Game Pass subscribers are going to start to go down pretty soon, and I
I
think
think
that
all
would
movies
be
are going to continue to go down too because they're starting to
yes.
release them on streaming to rent for like whatever it is to rent after 5 or 6 weeks. That's not long enough. People can wait
No,
5 or 6 weeks.
yeah,
Dude, we've actually done a few of the movies that like went out and flopped, and then they release them to like Amazon to rent or from your Fire Stick or your whatever to rent them for like $20. And I'm like, you mean I can pop cheap popcorn at my house, have the drinks that I want,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to the goddamn
and
movies no
I
more.
can spend $20 to rent this thing? Yes, please. And then you get it for a full day. Like,
yeah,
Yeah, and the whole family can come too.
yep.
right, the
You could
entirety.
pause, go use the
And there's not
bathroom,
even a wait
whatever.
anymore. There's not even a wait anymore.
On several movies, there's not a wait anymore. But that also kills the movie market and the entertainment sector for how much movies can make on the box office, but also on the back end when they release it on
Yes,
Blu-ray or they
that's
release it
big.
digitally, it makes
Exactly.
it so hard. Tom Cruise, when he came out and said, when he was talking about Top Gun Maverick, everyone asked, well, why wasn't it going to go, you know, so why was it taking so long to get to Paramount Plus? And he said it's because I wanted to make sure that everybody who worked on this project, whatever the way their contracts were worded, if they got money off of the secondary sales, that they were able to maximize their profits. He goes, because if you put it to a subservice, nobody buys it. And so we wanted people to have a chance to buy the disc, buy the movie digitally, so people who had it in their contract that they got paid off of secondary sales as well were able to actually get paid. And I'm sitting here going, well, damn, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. You know what? I've already seen it 3 times in theaters. I'll wait. And then I ended up buying it anyways. It's like, but I think that there's a few places that are still doing it right in movies. Um,
HBO is not one of them.
no, but A24 is an amazing studio that's doing great work in movies, and their stuff doesn't usually come day and date to subservices. They'll do limited releases in theaters, make as much money as they can, and then send it to a subservice to capitalize on the second return. But it's just it's crazy to me that people dove so hard into subservices when Netflix first came out. It was that one disc at a time, right? And then, you could upgrade it to a 2 disc package, then a 3 disc, then streaming in a disc, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. And a lot of folks were coming into it going, "This is awesome! I can rent all these old movies that I've always wanted to watch and can never find at the Blockbuster. This is great! It's perfect!" And then it all went to streaming, and now, several years down the road, and a pandemic later, we can't forget about that. Now their business models are failing, and the movie industry is failing because of the streaming business model. So if you look at that, and as if you're a game company, or if you're a console company, or a larger publisher like a Square Enix, a Ubisoft, EA, a larger publisher, you could come out and say, cool, we're going to start putting our games here. They're going to have discounts on them day and date. We're going to put them here day and date. We're going to do some indie titles. We're going to do all this. But eventually, you're going to condition your customers. Oh man, if there's this really cool indie title coming out, I ain't gotta pre-order it. It's gonna come to PlayStation Plus anyways. They get all the big indies. Like, do you see what that does to the psyche of the people who are like playing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
as
completely
much
stopped
as
buying games on Xbox. I'm not gonna lie.
well, as much as people want to save money, they also don't mind buying the things that are worthwhile. So, for example, me Stray, when I first saw it announced, I'm like, oh, it's a cute game, but I really did not give a fuck about no cat game. Are you kidding me? Me trying it out on PlayStation Plus is what really got me to rethink my position on that game. And guess what? I waited for a sale, I got it for a deal, and I'm thankful I did because now it's um it's something I'm gonna have for forever.
And
And I
it's
think
actually a really good game.
and it's actually a really good game. Yes, I want to platinum it, but that 2 hour run to finish it is kicking my ass for some reason.
Dude, it's such a
Um,
stupid, shitty ass game, but it's so
it
fun.
is, but it's so fun
It's
and
not
it's
shitty.
unique.
It's corny. It's
It's
unique. It's
corny, but
It's
it's cool.
different.
I was like, I
yeah.
don't know if I'm gonna like this game. What can this game possibly be about? I'm a cat. What do I do? Go walk around licking up, lapping up milk or
Yes,
what? What the
and it's
hell?
so fun.
And it's fun. It's a fun game. I was impressed. I was surprised.
It is definitely one of those titles that I was like, I'm gonna hate this. Oh wait, I love this. Why, why is this fun? I'm a cat. Why is why is this a good time? Why am I enjoying going up to things and like scratching them? Why is that fun? But it was. But so that's just Josh in the chat said he thinks 2025 for the subservice bubble on consoles, and I think that's probably I was gonna say 2026 because that gave us another like 3 years because I think we need 2 more players in the game before people start realizing, oh, I people aren't buying our games anymore because they're in our subsurface. But that's just my thoughts on that. It's it's telling watching people say that subservices are the way to go in gaming when
No,
every other subservice model is dying. Like
yes.
even
None
so
of them are
fun
making. Nobody's making money.
So fun fact, I use Dr. Squatch for my soap. I love the soap.
Nice, great
But
company.
listen, it is a great company. But listen, I don't order their stuff online through their subservice, and I had to stop because it got to a point where it was so freaking expensive. Well, something must have happened because now Walmart actually carries like six of the top soap scents, and they keep it stocked year round, and they're $6 a bar. Which, if you buy Dr. Squatch, you know they're normally $8 to $10 a bar.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so even a company like that that started off subservice based has gone, you know what? This ain't really working that well no more. We got to get into some retailers. We got to get back to people just going to a store and buying
Buying
our
as they
products.
need,
Right,
buying when they need and what they need.
right. And so you have to look as a company and go, okay, we can keep doing our older titles, we can keep doing stuff like that,
You know what?
but
I would
this
still have Netflix today if they just had all the old rerun stuff down there for like $7 a month. But when you got 20 and there's not that much I'm gonna pick out of there. But there's stuff, you know, I may watch an old Van Damme movie that I don't want to pick up off my shelf, or Married with Children. You know what I mean? I own a lot of these, but I don't want to go on the shelf. And it's a cheap enough price. I'll just pay you extra so I don't have to look for it.
And Thrifty, think about what you just said. You love Doctor or Sasquatch because it's a great company and it's a great product. That is the foundation of all this entertainment, of all the mediums that we love and enjoy. It has to start with the quality and a great product. Xbox has no intention in that. A lot of these subservices have no intention in that because the attention span, of course, is very, very low and they're just trying to produce as much content as possible. They're hurting themselves by trying to satisfy that
Everyone, yeah.
everyone when they should just focus on a specific base, a player base, and understand exactly what their customers want. And PlayStation knows this very well. They know that we love our single player games. Yes, they're expanding to, gas
Yep.
games, but they're not leaving what made them, what they are today behind.
No.
And like I said, they're putting out a game, more than a game, every quarter over the last year and for the next year. A promise that Phil Spencer made with Matt Booty to try to get these bots to sign up to Game
I
Pass
would be
and
really
con them
happy
for
if
their
they
two
came out
hundred
with one
dollars.
game every other year that I like,
Dude,
but I have low standards.
how hard is that? And they have the most studios out of anybody. They have the most money out of everybody. They have software on their side. They have the most connections, and they still can't get the job done. Why? Because they have no soul. They have no creativity. They cannot sit down, come up with fresh ideas on a damn.
They don't like to support new ideas. That's why they buy
No.
IP. They
so
they
so
don't
what
like to
you're
support risk.
so what you're saying is Microsoft is the Disney of gaming.
Yes,
Worse
they
than
are
that,
out
dude.
of. Well, no,
They're
Disney
worse
created
than
shit in the
that.
past.
Yes,
Microsoft
they're
never
worse than
really
that.
has. They even bought Windows. God damn it!
They bought everything. Years bought. Halo bought. I can't
I'm
name
talking
no other
about
games.
through the whole entire company. They've bought everything.
Yes, everything. They have never created anything themselves. They have never created that I know of or anything popular an IP themselves from scratch
I'm not even
from
talking
I
about gaming. I'm talking about the company as a whole.
well
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
I
talking
mean,
about Microsoft as
yeah,
a
you're right. You're
as
right.
a as a
Even
legit
from the software
entity.
side, you're right.
They've never Microsoft has
Created anything.
always stolen
Bought,
information and stolen
stolen
plans
or
and
bought from someone
Yeah.
else.
yeah,
Yeah.
or
That's
stolen and bought. Like
it's
they,
shameful, man. How
but
can you
it's
support something
Like
like
when they
that?
bought Windows, Windows was stolen, and they bought it from the people that stole it.
guys, these subservices, they gotta go. I don't even pay for them
Same here.
anymore.
No, they
Like
die.
Me
They die.
neither.
They
I
die.
it's so
Gonna die.
it's I hate them. So let's cap off tonight talking about Spider-Man 2 because I really wanted to get to this. Um, I don't know what the hell that was that they showed us at the showcase, but the recent stuff they showed us, um,
Mm,
it
finger
is
licking good.
gorgeous. It's
Yes, sir.
freaking impressive. So with that though, is Insomniac carrying the PlayStation like
Yes.
brand right now.
Yes, but a
Man,
lot of the other companies, you got to think a lot of their bigger companies launch games right at the end of the generation too. Naughty Dog did, Sucker Punch did, Ben did. Ben's not the size. A lot of these studios are not the size of Insomniac either, but they are very efficient.
remember
Uh,
Insomniac? It's only about 400 deep.
450, but like Sucker Punch is like 160.
Yeah, and but look at what they're
Ben was
putting out.
130. Now they're 200. So
But a big reason of that is because Ted Price, man. I mean, the founder slash CEO, he has. I mean, the dude is a gamer. He's a creative. He takes his job seriously. He's motivated. Um, I mean, he runs a tight ship. People are excited to work, just like that lady that we just seen all over Twitter recently, who just recently went back to PlayStation, and she's the one that said the announcement that they're working on another AAA game. Just look at the way she talks about her employer. Look at the way that she talks about the technology and the investment Sony has made, and how I mean, for God's sake, Sony invested $1 billion in employee retention. Come on, guys. What company does those kind of things at that level? I mean, we're talking about
people they
professionals
don't even
versus
own the IP.
amateurs.
They don't even own the IP to them either.
No, they don't. And whose fault? I mean, not the ownership, but whose fault is it that Xbox doesn't have it? People forget how Xbox turned it down, and they turn down numerous things all the time. Like they have nobody to blame but themselves, man. It's
I
plain
gotta
and
hit the
simple.
triangle. There you go.
but
Oh,
so
the hype for I'm sorry, the hype for Spider-Man 2 is
right,
amazing.
I'm gonna pull us back to Spider-Man real quick because if we got to keep it a buck, we got to keep it a buck. And here's what I'll say: the other studios have put in a lot of work on this generation. Okay, and so to say Insomniac is carrying them, I think that's only because Insomniac is more vocal with what they're working on than the other ones.
No, they just
Because,
come out with more games, but I think the
but
way
that's
their
not
games are
true.
structured, they who's came out with more or anywhere near.
I mean, so you had, uh, they have one more game than the other studios right now.
I think it's just their
Isn't
turn,
that
man. I
right?
think
Wait a second.
no,
Miles,
they have
Ratchet, Spider-Man 2. So they have Miles and Ratchet
Wolverine
right now.
coming out next year,
Okay, come on now.
Maybe it'll probably be
2024.
2025.
So they have two games out right now and one releasing. And so
I
yeah, I
gotta
mean,
die.
damn.
Wait,
I
real quick, you guys
so I
made a
for
funny noise when I said Wolverine, but let's look back at PlayStation just the last, I don't know, 5, 6 years. When's the last time that they pushed a game a whole year, except for
They've never
Horizon?
said 2024 though. They've never said
They
that.
no,
did.
No, they didn't. They've never given a date and a window,
Well,
nothing.
no, they never gave a date, but I'm pretty sure they gave a
Everyone's just
window.
assuming it's 2024. They have not
because
said
we
anything.
think Insomniac they don't
Yeah,
sleep.
they're
They're
immortal.
freaking aliens. Like they
That's why they're
They
called
just
got,
Insomniac.
yeah,
they
well, they
just
got triple the
They've
amount of
said
employees.
that. We don't sleep.
we just don't
I'll be right
sleep.
back.
Like, but this game that's coming out, Spider-Man 2, is it looks damn near perfect. Like,
Man.
and I was watching somebody. Why the hell did we start getting feedback at the very end of the fucking stream? Oh, that's annoying. There's an echo. Um. Anyways, can y'all still hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So Insomniac, yeah, I mean they are a machine of a studio. They've done so much for PlayStation, and PlayStation got them for $219 million, and they have made banger after banger after banger. And I find it hilarious that the plates are coming out the same week as Starfield.
And let me give you an idea on how smart that purchase was. The company I work for just got sold last year for $220 million. Yearly, in sales, we do about 100 million, just sales, not
Get
including
him to come
profit.
back here so these turrets can help.
So think about how well or how much money PlayStation is actually making. So how much support do you think they're giving Insomniac? You know, how many times does it say, guys, do whatever you want to do, just let us know what you need.
Hmm.
Facts. Just and also, and I've talked about this before. This is actually why Sony needs to purchase Square Enix because Square Enix needs help. But
They do need help. They're going down.
here's the deal. Here's what I will say with regard to PlayStation. All of their studios talk to each other.
Yes.
All of their
They're
studios
buddies.
communicate.
They're
All,
besties.
all of their studios, heads of studios will just go on trips to other PlayStation studios just to get
Hmm.
ideas, just to
Yep.
see. Just
They're collaborative.
and so it's it's one of those things that when you look at Insomniac, you gotta wonder how many other studios have had influence on them, or how many other studios have they been like, hey, can y'all got this already on lockdown? Can y'all kind of do this for us and ship it to us real quick? And Sony's like, hey, you know what? That's actually a really good idea. Let's go ahead and push their stuff because right now they have the hot hand, and they can keep feeding if we keep helping. You know what I mean? Like it's it's that type of camaraderie. It's that type of uh, business culture that they've built, where everybody has everybody else's number.
What's the name
Anybody,
of the company that Xbox, I think it's Stalker, that they went out and got help from? Is it Crystal
Crystal
Dynamics?
Dynamics, yes.
So look at what you just said about
That's what
PlayStation. You
paused
mentioned
my.
ideas.
That's what paused the new
That's because they're the
reboot.
fucking studio they hired. Everyone left.
Yeah,
But yes,
so I
but
was gonna
they
get a
go
reboot
outside.
of Tomb Raider, and because Crystal Dynamics got paid by Microsoft to help with that shitty ass game, now I have to wait longer for Tomb Raider. I'm not too happy with it.
Oh
No,
my
that's
god! I thought you were talking
insane.
about Tomb Raider was shitty. I've heard a lot of people say that the last three Tomb Raiders were not very good. I'm like,
Well,
fucking, they're my
those
They
favorites
people
were
are
of all of them.
they
stupid.
were good. No, but yeah, but the point is that these guys are going outside of their circle to get help and ideas and support. Why? Everybody knows that you promote from within, man. It's the cheapest, most effective way. They know what they're doing. They're tenured. Why the hell are they just doing everything backwards? I mean, these guys are making millions of dollars per year salary base, and they're making the most silliest decisions in regarding to running a company. Forget that it's a gaming company. Just looking at strictly ABCs of business, they are running this shit backwards. I do not understand. I mean, look, they had to tell their investors not to, you know,
Not to expect much
not
growth,
to expect much growth.
even though we just spent $700 billion and
What?
got 8 new studios. What?
What? If I would say that to any one of my clients, hey guys, don't expect any new product, or don't expect, my district manager, my regional
They
vice
just
president would
bought how many
put me to the
studios
side.
too?
They spent $70 billion on just one. Another what? 8 billion on Bethesda? Come
Yeah,
on, dude.
Bethesda alone, adding those 8 studios should bring your
Dude,
revenues up at least 15-20%
you're at a
alone.
$100 billion expense by the time they're done in the next year or two, and you're talking about this. You're not making money. You're not going to be making money.
More,
What?
you're not going to be making more money. Not only do we have the 7.5 billion we pay, we got to pay those people now. Pay for the buildings, pay for the lights, pay for their insurance, pay for, you know
Well,
what
how
I
are they
mean, the
making up on
licenses
it?
for their computers.
They're
Like,
laying off thousands upon thousands of people. That's how grimy and shitty that company is, man. When people talk about capitalism and how much they hate it, which by the way I think is the best in the world, but how they hate it and how greedy corporations are, Microsoft should be the freaking poster child for those conversations, and Xbox right along with it.
Yeah, there's not a lot that they do that's very pro-consumer, and I think that kind of put a cap on it because that was a really good little ending rant there. But the fact is that every single game coming to PlayStation right now, whether it's first party, third party, or non-exclusive at all, doesn't fucking matter. Every single game coming, Baldur's Gate 3, Armored Core 6, Sea of Stars, and yes, I put Sea of Stars in that category because that fucking game should sell 2 million copies.
It
Um,
will on Switch.
it freaking better. I need it. I need that stupid game to sell so well that the day it comes out, a week later, we're getting an announcement for a sequel.
It
I
will,
am
man.
so
It will.
fucking excited.
It does look really
Um,
good. It looks better than a lot of the
dude,
50,
Yeah.
40, 50, $60 games
if
that.
your characters are walking on like on the bank of the ocean or whatever the fuck it is, on the bank near some water, okay? You can, if you're out of the water, you can actually see your character's reflection in the water walking with you. It's fucking
Wow.
sick.
Yeah, I'm not a JRPG fan, but even I'm keeping an eye out on that game.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. But like we have so many games that are coming out that
Shit.
we absolutely are hearing about every single day. There's not a
Yep.
day that goes by I don't see a post about one of those games that I mentioned or Helldivers or Spider-Man. Like we are promoting our own games. And we have so many different games in our like sphere that we can promote multiple games. People see multiple things on their timelines. Where on Xbox you see Starfield
Dude, look at the
and
amount of views the videos are getting.
ABK.
ABK and Starfield.
Ridiculous.
A
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for some reason.
no. I got you one better. It's Black Ops 2. Did you know that they released that game on the Xbox? Because
Oh my goodness.
apparently all the fucking Xbox guys
Shit.
just found that information out.
I know, right?
Like,
It's so fucking weird. Oh my god, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is on Xbox? Like, yeah, for like
yeah,
15 years.
been there the whole fucking
Oh
time.
shit, I didn't write it down.
And so it's just nuts to me that
No,
we're
you know what it
getting.
made me think of when I seen that though? I'm like, these guys want the 360 days so back, they're actually going back and reliving
Back
it.
to
Fucking
And
for
back
real,
in
real
my
talk.
day.
they tried to do Watergate 2.0 with fucking or Puddlegate 2.0 with the new Spider-Man because of the
Yeah.
first trailer reveal that we got looked a little sketch when it came to the the water while you were doing the fast traversal, and then Insomniac was like, "Okay, sorry, wait a minute. Here's the correct trailer you should have seen." Click.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, never mind. And the narrative died. Like
Dude, the
it was.
graphics in that game look amazing. The storyline looks amazing. The added gameplay, the added new mechanics that are gonna be in this game. I mean, and this is just a tease. This is all we know because we know that Sony holds generally close to their chest the big stuff. So I'm so excited to see what happens. I mean, not just me, but over what is it, 10 million people on YouTube now
So
in less than a week.
I'm okay. So I'll probably get some hate for this. I'm excited to play Spider-Man because I think it's going to be a great game. Being a comic book fan and watching damn near every rendition of Spider-Man, whether it's animated, live action, or what have you, um, I'm not excited for the storyline.
Really.
And the reason
Is it
why is
because you've seen Venom so many times?
it's because I've seen Peter Parker be absorbed by Venom so many times.
I get
Like
that.
it's the same storyline. He goes bad for a little bit. Somebody has to help pull him out, whether it's a different Spider-Man. The X-Men have pulled him out of it one time. Uh, the that was in the comics. The Mary Jane pulled him out. Harry pulled him out. Like there's been so many tellings of this story that they're going to have to do some really fucking great gymnastics to make it feel fresh and new. It's the same reason why I don't ever want them to make another Spider-Man origin movie or a Superman origin
Oh
movie. It's
yeah, I don't
because we've
want another one
seen
of
them
those
so
either.
many times. Good movies, I've enjoyed them, but when it gets down to the story, it's like, we've seen this already. The first Spider-Man, they used a character that I hadn't seen a lot of with Mr. Negative. Like they gave us Kingpin at the beginning because you had to put Kingpin in there somewhere, and it was perfect. They gave us some of the rest of the Rogue Gallery, perfect. But the main villain in that was Mr. Negative, and it was a lesser known villain, and they played it to perfection. And then Miles did the same thing with the Tinkerer, and so The,
Is he a
the,
PC guy?
no, the chat's killing me.
Oh.
The chat,
and
so, so here's what has
Thrift,
been said. Spider-Man never gets old. All the stories are forever new. Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
that.
And then Toolman said, Thrifty, you are close to an Xbox. You are too close to an Xbox. It's making you negative about Spider-Man 2 story. Get away from it now.
well, let me give
So,
you an example of where I'm coming from as far as the story and all and everything I just said goes. Now, just so you guys are aware, I am not a comic book or superhero fan. I never really read the comic books. The first
well, then it'll
comic
be
book I
fucking
read,
awesome for you.
I
Yeah,
understand that, but it
I
doesn't
watched
do
a lot
anything
of
for me.
cartoons, but I didn't want. They didn't even have comic books where I lived, man. You had to fucking drive 45 minutes to get a comic
The
book.
main reason I'm excited for Spider-Man is because it's quality. That's
Yes.
the main reason I'm excited because I know it's gonna be quality. It could be a Barbie game, and I would still be excited because I know it's gonna be done right.
Dude,
It's
if
gonna be a
Insomniac did a
complete
Barbie game,
game.
that shit would be lit. It's-
Of course it would be. It's Insomniac. But the
I'd
quality
buy
that's
it.
expected and the quality that they put out, that's like 60% of my excitement for any game that they put out. Hello, Stray. It was quality game. Yes, it was cheesy. It was a cat, but it was quality gaming.
it was, and I'm not going to negate that from the fact that it's quality at all. It's just the story has me worried. I am excited to see Craven, and I think we might get Lizard in this. I can't remember. I think we are getting Lizard. But anyways, I'm super excited
Yes.
to see it. But it's just the main kind of overarching story is going. It's a little lackluster for me because I know how it turns out. Because they're not going to have Miles kill Peter. Now, if they do that, holy shitballs!
Well, you never
Like,
know, man.
People
like
would have a fit though. You think Last of Us 2 is bad? My goodness.
it, the internet would melt the fuck down. Like, there would be nothing left.
That's
What
funny.
what happened?
Ashes.
What happened to the internet connection? Well, they killed off Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2. They did what? But anyways, guys, that is all of the topics for tonight. I really thank y'all for coming on. We are at my dreaded 2 hour mark, and so I'm gonna let these guys do their outros. We will start with Will. Will, where can folks find you?
All you guys, you can find me Will777JP on Twitter. You can also find me Will777JP on PlayStation. Add me. I don't play many multiplayer games, hence why I game on PlayStation. I do love my single player games, but occasionally we find a banger like this one that we're playing, the Ascent. So hit me up there. And thank you for having me, Thrifty. I appreciate it, Nelson. Great as always.
Nelson, where can we find you?
Nelson Gaming 12. It's not 28. Someone that follows me made a Nelson Gaming 28. That is an imposter. It's cool to have a fan club. Nelson Gaming 12 on PlayStation, and Nelson Gaming 778 on Xbox, but I'm never there, so don't look for it.
Don't even bother. Um, and guys, that is the show. Remember, hit that like button on your way out and pencil in August 6th. That show is going to be freaking awesome. Y'all have a wonderful night. And as always, remember when you buy your video games, you don't have to buy them at full price. Stay thrifty, guys.